and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Devil's Den Hockey, and tonight, the Devils took on the Montreal Canadiens, defeating them 4-3 in overtime in one of the most exciting New Jersey Devils games I have watched in God knows how long, from the superior highs of an overtime win to the depressing lows of the inability for the Devils to make a save when you need them, to everything that happened in this game. Welcome back, because tonight's game was a freaking doozy at times. The highs and the lows, the goals and the goals against. I feel like I've aged 40 years after watching that game. My heart can't take games like this. So, here's what we're going to do, because this one is going to be a screamer, because it needs to be. Not only because we won, but the way in which the game went down was absolutely insanity. So, let's go over this, okay? One period at a time. Notable return is Cody Glass. And Cody Glass returns to the Devils lineup. Connor Brown was not feeling well this morning, and he decided, and the team decided, you know what? Sit out for this one, champ. We got you. And Cody Glass enters the lineup. Connor Brown sits out. First period, Cody Glass returns with an immediate goal. Cody Glass gets the puck, hauls ass down the ice, and nets one, and the Devils are up 1-0 in the first period, which is so nice because recently the Devils have been getting scored on first and having to fight back being down either the majority of the game or for at least that first period. So Cody Glass scores. It's 1-0. The Devils are up 1 at home. No more road trip. We're putting it behind us. We're at home, and Cody Glass scores to make it 1-0. He says, "I'm back, boys, and let me show it to you," okay? But the first period doesn't end there, because the Montreal Canadiens get the puck in the zone. There's a shot from the boards, and it kind of bangs and bumps off of literally every single humanly possible surface until it gets past Markstrom, who I don't think has any idea where this puck goes, and the puck is in the back of the net. It's scored by Kirby Dach. He got his fourth, and the game is tied 1-1. And from there, we end basically we end the first period going into the second period. The first period, by the way, the Devils dominated the shit out of the Montreal Canadiens, one of the best teams in the league right now, and the Devils dominated them, held them to like 3 or 4 shots for the entirety of the period. Markstrom, besides that one bumble of a goal, I thought had a great first period. I thought the whole team had a great period. A great first period. But you know what? We're not done there. We're only done one period. And the Devils go into, I'm already going hoarse. Holy shit. Second period we enter, and Andre Palat, the man, the myth, the legend, who it feels like we never see anything from, he finally gets his first goal of the season and is like, hey guys, remember me? Remember how I'm on this team? Let me score a goal for you guys. And he nets it, and the second period ends with a 2-1 lead for the Devils. And then we go to the third, which, by the way, third period is where everything goes to shit, okay? Because, well, let's just get into it. Third period, Jake Evans scores for Montreal, and the game is scored 2-2 on a completely bullshit goal. Bullshit, okay? Jake Evans comes down the ice. There's some shots, there's some rebounds. Jake Evans got it. He's like, if this is the net, right? If the camera that I'm screaming at is the net, Jake Evans is like way over here, and he shoots it, and it beats Markstrom in an absolutely unacceptable goal. That cannot go in. The second goal cannot go in. I'm sorry, it just can't. The first goal, you can argue it's a tracking problem. It bounces off of everything. But the second goal was bullshit. Markstrom needs to have that. If you're going to have him get paid $6 million a year, you absolutely need to make that save. And everyone should be rinsing Markstrom and raking his ass over the coal for that goal. It's completely unacceptable. Don't believe me? Ask Jack Hughes. After the puck went in the net, Jack Hughes even does this. As in to say, what the hell, Markstrom? How did that go in? So now we have a game that is tied 2-2, and this is where you see the Montreal Canadiens, okay, begin to punt us into the sun, okay? So Montreal storms the keep. They come in and they say third period is ours, and it really freaking was, because the Montreal Canadiens get a third goal for Kapanen. Ollie Kapanen, I think it was, from Montreal. Rookie guy, 5 goals this year. This rookie kid's got more goals than some of our, top forwards on this team right now. That's a separate conversation. I want to get into that right now, but it's worth to note. And he makes it 3-2. And at this point, my stomach leaves my gut, and it falls on the floor, and I am silent until the dying seconds of the third period. Because I go, there is no way that the Montreal Canadiens are winning right now. Not when the Devils have been given power play after power play after power play after power play after power play. And it's 3-2. You're out shooting them by double digits. And they're beating you 3-2. So we get to the end of the third period. The Devils pull the goalie, as most NHL teams do. They do what the Montreal Canadiens have been doing for the entirety of the third period, and they storm the net. They put pucks at the net. They put boots to asses. The puck goes to the front of the net, it gets rebounded, and Dawson Mercer and Timo Meier working like guys working in a coal mine, digging and digging and digging, until eventually Timo Meier pops it into the net, and the Devils tie the game at 3 with a minute left in the third period. And I jump out of my chair. My mom is sitting next to me watching the game, because she was like, yo, Montreal and Devils, 2 top teams in the league? That could be good hockey. I jump out of my chair. For a Timo Meier goal. And the game is tied 3-3 with a minute left in the third. And the third period ends there. And we go to overtime. And I called it. I said Montreal's going to start with Suzuki, Caulfield, and Hudson. I thought we were going to put out Bratt, Hughes, and then Bratt, Jack, and Luke. Turned out it was Hischier, Mercer, and Hughes. I got that part right. I realized, they probably want to put Hischier out there to win the faceoff. Oh. And I guess on the change, on that second overtime line, there is a turnover at the New Jersey blue line. Jesper Bratt picks it up and hauls ass down the ice. 2 Montreal Canadian guys storming after him like horses' hooves in the back of your ear behind you. Jesper Bratt is being chased by 2 Montreal guys. He's down the ice. It's a breakaway in overtime. And Jesper Bratt scores with a nifty little backhand move, which beats the Montreal Canadian goaltender 5-hole, and the Devils bring home a 4-3 victory in overtime. after what felt like a desperate third period, a badly played third period, and a terrible showing on the second goal, and maybe even the first goal by Jacob Markstrom. So, that's the game. Devils win 4-3 in overtime, but here's two stats that I think is worth mentioning. In tonight's game, the Devils outshot the Montreal Canadiens 28-19, so basically 30-20. They outshot them the entire game. There was not one point in this game where the Devils were being outshot by Montreal or outchanced by Montreal. Second point, the Devils had 5 power plays. You had 10 minutes, half a period of 5-on-4, and you did not score once. I don't even think they had 5 shots on net on those power plays. That is completely unacceptable from the Devils. You cannot have a power play firepower that consists of Jesper Bratt, Jack Hughes, Nico Hischier, Dawson Mercer, Timo Meier, Dougie Hamilton, and Luke Hughes, and not score a goal on 5 different power plays. It cannot happen. You need at least 1, maybe 2. Okay? That needs to be said. Okay? The Devils, I understand their power play has been good so far this year. I understand their penalty kill has been great this year. I'm not worried about the penalty kill. I am worried about a power play. I get it. Montreal's great. Their goaltender played great. Okay? But the Devils cannot go 0 for 5 on a power play. You can't. You need 1, maybe 2. And finally, the third point I want to bring up. This game should not have been 4-3 for the Devils in overtime, okay? This game should have been like 7 or 8-1. Because the first goal was a bunch of bullshit. That shouldn't have gone in. The second goal was an even bigger pile of bullshit that absolutely should not have gone in. The third goal, fine. Have at it. You get that one. You got Nemitz doing a this to block a shot. And then you've got Cholowski with his friggin' wood in his hand doing God knows what on the rebound. But the Devils had, I swear to God, the Devils had like 4 or 5 different, basically empty netters to put it in, and they couldn't sink one of them. Not one went in. This game, chance-wise, was crazy. The Devils had opportunities. Not once, not twice, not 3 times, not 4 times, not 5 times, maybe 5 or 6 times, okay? Where the net is practically empty, and they cannot put it in. For the life of them. And I understand bad bounces happen. I get it. I really do. I've watched hockey for a long time now. I get that bad bounces happen. But if you're going to play the top teams in the league, you've got to make at least one of those bounces work for you, and you've got to put it in the net. At one point, Jesper Bratt literally deflects a puck that's going into the back of the net. He deflects it so it goes the other direction and then rings off the post and out. And not even a deflection where you're shooting from the point and you deflect it and try to tip it. I mean the puck is going into a practically empty net and Jesper Bratt redirects it so it doesn't go in. Obviously it's not done on purpose, but also what the is going on. Anyways, those are my thoughts after tonight's game. Important part, Devils pick up 2 points. I'm glad we're back at home. We get to, we get our 2 points. We're back at home. We're leaving the road trip behind us. And yeah, that's really about it. My chest is killing me from screaming. Holy shit, and my throat is going to hell. So I'm going to call it there, guys. We play again in the next few days. We'll be back with that. We'll be back for that game at some point. Hopefully in the next game. But until then, take it easy, Devils fans. And I will see you guys in the next one. Adios.